Hello, everyone. It's Prayer Blessing Candle Sunday. So I got all the prayer candles lit except one, but that spirit is on the other side of the veil, or the shadow world of the earth, as I particularly call it, or you can call it heaven, however you like to phrase it. We don't mix the living and non living when we do workings for numerous reasons. And it's just bad manners, really. But to simplify it, it's going to two different mailboxes, if you want to look at it that way, and it's opening or going through two different channels of distributing the energy that we are requesting for these candles. And we don't want to open more or have access to more than one domain at a time, which could lead to bad things take an opportunity to come through and having a big confusing mess. So we're doing the living first, and I want to just run by kind of how I do things, just so everybody's aware, and no secretive stuff going on or wondering what I'm doing, or everybody can be safe and secure in their thoughts. uh, let's start off by hi, I'm Star the Draco Seer. uh, and as you can tell, and if you follow me on any of the social medias, you realize my spirit family and guys that I work with are dragons, and they're kind of the same but different as angels, or some people perceived as angels. So um, they're kind of in the same category but a little different if you follow that kind of entity thing. But so I got a little table all decked out for y'all, and I just want to explain how and why things are set the way they are. So you see the two taller candles. Those two candles are actually for the spirits that I work with. Um, because I feel they need a thank you and a thought, just as they are trying to work for things that we are requesting. It's just good manners and polite to light one for them. I usually do one, but I wanted to be fancy today, so I put two of the tall uh, candles out. Now, I have three candles that do not have any kind of extra. Those three are going, or what I call blessings as needed candles. Those blessings as needed candles are basically me putting a blessing in a mailbox that is on hold, and as that person may need it in the future or getting a really tough bind or whatever, my spirits know that they're basically have a blessing waiting, a inch of help or whatever, a boost that I've requested for. Um, and there's no general reasoning for it to be blessed. Like, it's not just health or a physical thing or financial. It's whatever comes first, whatever's needed at that time. Then I got the rest of them uh, really kind of fall into health, but I do have, let's see, I do have a book. Oh, my chair's in the way. Uh, one's a good cleansing, one's eternal peace with a friend of theirs, and another one is clarity. So the one with eternal peace with your friend, actually, spirits had a message. Uh, Peace is a mindset, and uh, each individual has their own, what brings them peace. So hopefully we can, you and your friend can be on the same vibration level of, and having the same concept of what peace is. And if y'all can achieve that, then you definitely will have peace for a very long time. But I did light a candle to help, maybe guide y'all, or uh, your friend, give y'all a little extra like calming if you're getting heated, or just a little extra boost to help maintain that feeling of peace. Um, and the others, uh, I pretty much got everybody set. Trying not to give names out. Uh, I just like the privacy, when I work with my clients or people. But they do have their names, little papers with their names on there. Um, that way I know and can keep track of who, and also, the spirits know who this candle is for, because we have a lot today. I wasn't expecting this to be such a big hit, but I am pleased. I am pleased, and I'm happy to help anybody that needs it, and I'm capable of helping if it's something within my means. Um, when I stated that I would take names and do the prayer candles as long as I had enough holders. Those little dishes are my holders. I could probably fit more than one candle on there, but we like people to have their personal space, and so we don't get confused on who needs what. That's how they are set. So I used every one of my candle holders for this session. um, let's see. I did add some essential oils and herbs to most of them. What we do when I do that, that's just something that is boosting the vibration that we need, or the healing properties of the intent that we're trying to ask for. Ginger is pretty much across the board on these. Ginger has a lot of healing properties. And so how do I know? I know you're going to ask this. How do I know what herbs or what to put in the candles? Okay, a lot of people spend years learning this. I'm not, I have to research sometimes, but most of the time when I wake up, my spirits wake me up and it's like time to work. I go to the cabinet and I open it up, and literally I just let them tell me. I get uh, a little ding ding ding, or a little spark or tingle whenever I touch something, and I get a download of what this herb is going to be used for, um, or spice, or whatever it is that's added. And so I had no idea when I grabbed ginger what exactly it does. So I grab the stuff and then I look it up. Google's my best friend. Um, and it does help with all kinds of inflammation and antibiotic stuff. It has so much like good qualities to help. So that was our spice of the day, or that herb of the day, apparently. Ginger across the board. I have bay leaf in most of them. The bay leaf in this particular session is used for protection. It has other qualities too, but the intent for it is protection, because when you're healing, you're not at your best. And when you're not at your best, you know, bad juju just try to mess with you even more. So while you're healing and going through, or cleansing, or going through whatever it is, you need that extra protection barrier around you to kind of block some of that icky that's trying to like stay or come back or whatever. So that's why I put that there. The good cleansing, I added some Excuse me. I added some wintergreen essential oils to open the senses, some clary sage essential oil, just a drop or two, to cleanse that bad energy or anything that's junk, built up. Uh, I'm trying to think. The clarity pretty much has the same with it because they're both kind of the same because you're cleansing all the junk, but and the other client or other person wants clarity to see clearly. Both of these are kind of in the same genre, I guess. So the clarity, definitely the mint and the wintergreen, opening up the senses, uh, the protection, why you're doing this, because you don't want, things to try to manipulate your thoughts or anything like that. You want to have a clear sight of vision. Um, and then one of them I put lavender in to help with the calming. It may have been, I think it was the cleansing. Anyway, I had this all like figured out in some weird formula. So many of y'all. The health. I had one general health, which didn't really. I just put a little bit of everything, just the basics, because I didn't have a avenue to actually direct. One was a hip accident I wrote. I did have that, so we want to focus on healing the bones and the muscles around that area. And I added some of the herbs to that. And then I had one for, it was a 3-part family. And I just added a little bit of all the herbs and stuff I have right now. I do have to make a run to the store eventually and pick up some extra stuff, but we worked with what we had today. And hopefully everybody will at least get a little help with what they're going through. The one that is not physical spirit in this world right now, I will be placing him on after the living are finished, so he can have his, like I spoke in the beginning. We have to do his separately, so that way his blessing, wish, or whatever will go to the right mailbox in our universe and not open up doorways to confusion. So that's the general of what's going on here. I want to share, things, how I do things or whatever, in case anybody's curious. Always ask questions. I will answer them the best that I can. So when I open it up, I did add holy water to everything from St. Joseph's Church in Ponchatoula, just so everybody knows. There it is. Okay. It is a Catholic church, and just in case anybody was curious. So why did I set this up? The rocks and stuff, I don't know. They felt like they wanted them on there, and I'm not a very educated crystal rock person, as far as some other people have much more wisdom on that. What I do know is when it's time to work, I get downloads, and then I touch things and my spirits say yay, nay, or no, whatever. So they wanted that. They got their thank you candles lit. I usually put a little design, like a little dragon thing, whatever. Now, do I need to have the dragons on there? The box you see in a lot of my videos and stuff, that actually holds my tarot cards. My tarot cards, or actually they're spiritual reading cards, not really, but anyway, they're probably the only thing in this house that's technically linked to direct communication to me and my spirits. So those do, it's kind of like them in a little bit of a physical form, but not really. Um, just kind of like a signature, like they're there. The little one in the front, the little dragon with the little sword, he's just decoration. He has no vibration of actual spiritual attachment. Um, the big stuffy, obviously my children gave to me as a gift, and he just sits there in the background for everybody to see because he's cool. Um, when I get working like this, everybody has different downloads. So it's not like I just light a bunch of candles. I meditate on each one of them, and I did. I meditated on. That's why I took, asked about the prayer requests. What, Monday, Tuesday, and as I got requests or people asking or okay in it, I started meditating on each of the individuals and what we want done. That takes a lot of mental energy, So because we need to be clear on what our intent is to the spirits, what we would like them to do. We don't want no confusion, especially when you're dealing with living or other entities. You need to be clear on communication on what you want done or how you want it done. I mean, you may want this done, but they may do something and then cause another problem because they solved one problem, created another. You need to be really, really clear on what we're trying to do here. Um, from prayer, blessing candles to other kind of workings, which I do not do, but hey, it still needs to be clear communication across the board. So I did. I always talk to God, the universe, power of all, when we light these, because me and the dragons work for God, direct source. So we do not. We are not trying to alter or go against God's will, and I always reinstate that. Whatever God's will be done. We are requesting for the healing or blessing of these people or spirits living on the passed over one for an intent or something that we would like for them. If God grants it, awesomeness. If he does not, then he has another plan for whatever the individual or the situation, and that is something we particularly do not. We don't work against God. God kind of has the final say. But if there's a way to help or heal or bring forth, a better solution, then my guys, my spirit family will be working on that. And hopefully God allows us to help everybody in this session. I mean, that's always what we want. But again, I don't force too often. Like, I can't go against God, the universe, power of all. I mean, that's kind of like not smart. But I do kind of forcefully request sometimes, like, this really needs to be done. Please take in consideration that this needs to be done as a very important, business. And a lot of times, things happen, but it comes with a price, a cost. I may have to help somebody randomly along the way or do something to alter my plans in my life or what I'm doing, because everything has a cost. So remember that. But yeah, they're all burning rather well. Um, One of them's burning really, really fast, which is one of my blessings as needed candles, and they're all came from the same packet. So I'm gonna say that that particular person is probably needing their blessing right now, and it's being burnt, or the candle's burning really fast compared to the others who's pretty steady. Other than that, everybody else is, burning, taking their time, and just flickering along. Uh, so I'm thinking, like, I didn't realize this one was gonna be such a big hit, and that's awesome. Um, what do y'all guys think? Maybe like once a month, or maybe twice a month, depending upon candle supplies, because I do have to maintain supplies, and that is money financially, But I'm thinking maybe once a month or twice a month, depending upon how many prayer blessing candles requests are asked, to do a burning. Now, moving forward, I'm not going to sit here and explain every detail like I kind of did with this one. This only because this one was the first, and kind of like the introduction, I guess, video to it. But moving forward, I can take like a little short video, probably maybe 3 to 5 minutes long, show the setup, and or a little picture and just post it, let y'all know like it started or whatever. But other than that, I'm feeling good vibes. I hope y'all are starting to feel good vibes. Um, if you are, that'd be awesome. You let me know. uh, I did have in the middle some Dragon's Blood incense burning. It has already burned out. So the room is smelling real like fancy right now. And yeah. So I'm not going to sit here and let y'all watch this for like 4 hours, because I think these candles take about 4 hours to burn out, like completely. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the video and, let y'all tell me if y'all feeling any better, or, if anything happens that's out of the ordinary that you're not used to. In a good sense. In a good sense. This is all good. If it's something that's not too good, then we need to figure out what's going on with that, because, that's something totally different than what we're doing here. This is all healing and blessings and stuff like that. And, yeah. Yeah. Well, I guess it's the video's about done. So if y'all do want some more another prayer request, I do really need to know. Oh, here's some things that I forgot, that I didn't realize that we kind of need to know. I do need a name. I do need a reasoning. A more detailed reasoning helps a little bit more to know what kind of extra vibration herbs or stuff to put on there. If it's something too personal, you could always DM me, the name, the request. And I need to know if the person is living or dead. I mean, it's a very important thing, which I did not think about when I asked if this was a good idea, because it was just a thought at the time. But we need to send it to the right place, the right mailbox. And we don't want to open up doors. We can't blend them. So it's very important that I know if they are on this side of the physical plane or on the other side. So those are really the three that I can think of, that some of the information I really need to, successfully do these candles, because um like I said, I go in a little more detail than just light a bunch of white candles and be like, hey, I'm lighting a bunch of candles for these people. Can you like help them? I got to put some effort into it. I mean, if the spirits and God's going to be working, I mean, they kind of expect me to do a little more work than just light a bunch of candles and shout out. So, um, yeah, so that information is kind of needed. Very important in knowing how to, if the candle needs to be dressed with stuff, or uh, placed with, where it needs to be placed with each other. We are not mixing the dead with the living. So, and yeah, I think that's it. If y'all have any questions, comment, let me know. Could be something I forgot, didn't think of at the moment, and we'll work through whatever it is that comes forth. Like, this is a new beginning, a new thing that we're trying. I usually do this on a much smaller scale, y'all. So please forgive me if it's not like super, super professional. It's kind of like a trial and error at this moment. See what works, see how many can do, how often we can do this kind of thing. So, yeah. I mean, if you just want to leave, comment your name and the reasoning, and that, if you feel comfortable doing that, that's fine. But like I said, you can DM me. I'm on Twitter and Facebook. So that way, I have to write, once you send me the information, I write it in a notebook and I start meditating and all that. So, I do put my effort in. I love you guys. I do work. I do think of y'all a lot. So, all right. I'll see y'all on the next video.